Hello, hello. Welcome to the Imperfect podcast. The first sessions or episodes of Imperfect podcast with all their imperfections, which some of them are related to technicalities, time, internet connection. But I'm very, very happy today to have Joumana with me on this in this episode, with whom we will talk about imperfect everything. Joumana. Joumana is a dear friend, and I'm very happy and grateful for her to be part of my first guests, with whom we are experimenting imperfection in hosting podcasts. So, Joumana, I have a very I will be very. It will be very difficult for me to describe you or to introduce you because you're very dear to my heart. So I will leave it to you to introduce yourself, please.
Okay, as you said, my name is Joumana. I am a human being that is having a mission that I haven't discovered yet on this earth. I'm on the verge of discovering day by day, and I am a mother of two kids, two amazing kids. I have a long journey of multiple multiple jobs, uh, but my main focus at at the present moment is on my well-being, my insightful, my uh, uh, being in service of others, being trying to be a good mother. I mean, my children are grown up now, but I'm still having the task of being able to being next to them in whatever issue they have or whatever circumstances they go through. I have a wonderful husband who is a big support for me during my new path, which is since almost 3.5, 4 years. And I am very holistic in my way of living since long, and especially now because I am through a medical diagnosis, which is with they call it a tumor in my left breast. So, which I don't agree 100% because I have a different view of the situation. So I'm trying to live with what I feel and what I have and what they are trying to put in my head, whether it's diagnosis or treatment. And I'm trying to walk through all this path with the conviction I have, the mindset I have, and the full knowledge I'm acquiring every time. So this is in grosso modo my resume.
Wow, Jumana, first, like there are so many imperfections in your life. We can talk about the imperfection of health. We can talk about imperfection of motherhood. We can talk about imperfection of finding your mission in life. And what I love with you is your courage and your humbleness, because I know everything that you have achieved in your life, and you still say that I'm trying to be a perfect mother, I'm trying to be a perfect patient, I'm trying to be, because perfection is something that we all tend to want, but in fact that maybe is overestimated. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, I agree with that, Ziad. Imperfect. I mean, we cannot reach perfection. And who said we need to be perfect? We need to be, I mean, with the know how that we, or the experience that we acquired, we try to do what suits our, I mean, our well-being, our insight, our everything. But you don't have to be perfect. Maybe our education, our cultural background, our the way we were brought up, that whether in school, later on when we became teenagers, the way we were brought up, that we need to be perfect at school, have the best grades, to be perfect in society, later on when we have children, to be the perfect parents. Nobody said that we need to be perfect.
In your life, which moment you felt more pressure to be perfect?
In my life,
Or which, you know?
yeah, maybe we go back to uh, first years at school, that you need to show that you are the perfect student, you have the good grades, because with this you can achieve a better future. This is how
Format
they
us.
yes, exactly. So uh, later on you discover, like when I had children, I had the conviction that I don't want my children to be perfect at school. I want them to be happy at school, to be relaxed with their personality, with their mind, with their thinking, with everything, except being perfect at school. It's they don't have they have to be relaxed with their environment, with everything, and if they don't, they're not perfect, they don't have the best scores, I don't mind. I used to tell my son, because usually in our environment, the boy, we focus on the boy. The boy uh, I mean, all our focus, the boy has to have the perfect everything. And one day my son came telling us, his father and I, that I'm not happy with the education I have in university. I want to shift to something else. With the something else he has, it has to cancel everything he had acquired before, and he had to start from the beginning. And he wanted our advice, and we said, look, you can do anything you want in your life if this is what you want to do, but at least now you started this career, finish it, and have this paper, the degree that allows you to, that says you have a certain degree. Then later you want to be a plumber, but be a good plumber. Be happy with what you're doing. You don't have to be. You don't have to be engineer or doctor. This is the norm. So this is
You're
for me.
talking to an engineer, Juman. I lived this pleasure.
Yeah.
Jumana, your the picture. I think the quality of the internet where you are is not perfect, but because we are in an imperfect podcast, it's okay. So please, everybody who's watching us, bear with us the imperfection of the internet connection, but the real, the truthness and the wisdom that we are finding in this conversation, I think, and the authenticity is beyond the internet connection. So we will continue. And I wanted to reflect on what you are saying, Jumana, about how we are brought up in a society where since our very young age, we start to be pushed to be perfect while we have zero tool or zero way of dealing with this pressure that we are feeling for perfection because we are still young, we don't know anything, and we keep all this with us as a baggage on our back throughout our life, trying to declutter things from this childhood and the pressure that we live to be perfect. So, wow, thank you for this idea that you brought up on this topic. Now, let me ask you about the crack. We started with the mask. Now, let me ask you about the crack. How do you think the imperfections that shaped your life have taught you and made you evolve even more than the success itself?
Yeah, I can name so many examples in my life, like in my business. I mean, in my business career, where I used to work in a big company outside of Lebanon. And I was, with the knowledge I had, with the degree and everything you name it. But I was feeling like I am lacking self-esteem. I'm lacking I have some behavioral maybe issues with my clients, customers, whoever. So I was really trying to struggle from inside without showing it that I wanted to evolve and to improve, but uh, with time I had a big support, very big support, which was my husband, and he was really trying to support me in a very positive way, like whatever happens later on, just to improve my personality and to make me feel with higher self-esteem, with really relaxed with myself. And this had a big impact on me. I mean, it took maybe some certain years, but after that i can I can go back to the old me without any guilt, because at those moments I was doing the best I knew at that moment, so it was fine. But later on, I mean, with time, with wisdom, more wisdom, not really wisdom, I acquired expertise, experience, more self-esteem, and I was delivering a beautiful results with my business. With I mean, not my business, with the work I used to do in the company. So this was for me a struggle in the beginning.
And so this struggle made you who you are today. This is what I understand from what you are saying.
Yeah,
Shaped this
yeah,
struggle allowed you to open your eyes on the importance of giving yourself self-esteem, giving yourself the value that you deserve. And so this is amazing. If you didn't go through all this process, maybe you wouldn't have knew your worth. You know, so sometimes the imperfection that we live, they push us to know ourselves even more, and to know our value even more. And
absolutely,
Jumana,
absolutely.
you spoke several times about Eddie, your husband, and I had a conversation with him before this podcast. Are you trying to promote our idea of inviting him to this podcast?
Absolutely.
So he's going to be the imperfect husband or the perfect
Yes.
husband?
Whatever. Right, as I said before, Ziad, we're not perfect. No one is perfect. Perfection is for the divine, I think. This is in my humble point of view. But we try to reach a through, working on ourselves, through the path we walk, the things that make our eyes more open to different reality, different perceptions in life. So this is what makes us not perfect, but I mean, on the way to perfection. This is how
It's
I
very
see it.
Yeah, no, perfectly. And it's very funny because we know each other since 3.5 years, maybe. And this is the time you said that you shifted completely your life to this new holistic well-being, etc. And I didn't know that you were working in a big company. You know, imagine we've been knowing each other for 3.5 years, and on a weekly basis we see each other, and we love each other, but we don't know the details of the past lives that were maybe events in our life that led us to who we are today, the imperfect being that we are today, without really leaving any strong impact on a surface basis. So it's beautiful. Thank you for letting me know you even more.
Thank you. I thank you.
You wanted Jumana to, when you told me you wanted to participate to this podcast, and I thank you for that. You wanted to have fun and to laugh together.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
what makes you laugh the most in life?
What makes me laugh the most?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and have fun.
it's have it's because in the group, the people who know me, I mean, my close friends, they know that I'm not sarcastic, but I like to make fun of things. Like I like to make jokes with my friends, make fun of them in a nice way, not in a vulgar way. So this is me. I like to turn situation into a pleasant, cheerful situation. I like it. I like to use that.
You like it, and you are in it because Joumana, this was my next question, which is I don't know if we didn't speak about the topics that we can talk about or not, but I'm gonna put this on the table, and you cut me if you want. Your health situation, your breast cancer, even this, you are living it with fun, with sarcasm. You talk about it, you laugh about it, you try to like you are. I really have a lot of respect and admiration for you for the past that you went through because you don't want to go in the conventional way where science tells you everything, where science knows everything, where doctors they have all the answers, the perfect things. You really embraced, I think, an imperfect way of dealing with this situation that is very complex on all level: physical, mental, emotional, not only for you but also for the ones who loves you around you. What is the message that you would like to share with the people who are listening and seeing us now about this journey and this fight that you did in a very graceful way with a lot of fun also?
Uh, I will comment on one word you used, Ziad. With all the past that I'm going through, the things I'm having, doing everything, I I don't feel good when someone uses the word fight. But because for me, in a fight, we the winner, the loser, everybody loses for me. So in with me, with my conviction, with my perception and point of view, there is never a fight because you cannot fight something inside of you. It's you, your cells. It's not something outside we are going to deal with. It's the way to listen to what's going on in my body. There is something, my body is so smart. These cells are trying to send me a message, and I will try not to fight. I will try to understand and to either make their impact, I mean, go back to its original state or live with it in the way I know how to do it because I worked on myself. I used to do that holistically. Like I listen to my body. Of course, I respect the medical team that is with me all the time, big support. But also, it's not like I'm questioning and Googling. Sometimes you get lost in these things. But also, I'm listening to my body and educating myself in a way like I know, I know for sure. Maybe for me, it's the truth. For others, they will say it's a bullshit. It's okay. Nobody is perfect. For me, it's what you insert in this body. It's for me, it's 80%. So if you eat junk, you get junk. Okay, me, I wasn't eating junk and I was very holistic, eating clean food and everything. Everybody, I mean, a normal person or a person you tell you just tell them Joumana is having this kind of Joumana, no way. And no, she's very organic. She's very, yeah, okay. It's because I'm this way. I'm walking this path. I am with this state of mind, my physical, my body. Otherwise, this type of tumor I have, it's called IBC, inflammatory breast cancer. The whole statistic in the world, all the scientific evidence says with this type, nobody knows the origin of this type of tumor. They can the rate of survival rate, survival rate is like 2 years. So this is scientific evidence. Okay, but let's say it's 75 to 80% survivor rate is 2 years. Okay, what about the 30% or 25%? Nobody went through this to see why, what happened to those 25. Nobody followed them. No, because we follow the majority. It's always like that. We follow usually when we hear bad news, always bad news, the impact is so strong. But the good news, it passes, nobody pays attention. It's the same situation here. It's okay, the 30-25, no one followed them. So maybe, or I am very convinced that I am from this part of the cake, which is 25% or 30%. Like I work on my mindset, the way I eat, the way I practice my breathing, walking, being in nature, eliminating negative energy from whoever. So this is a total package. You cannot say you have to do this, you cannot do this, because each person has its, I mean, different. Okay, there is certain norms you cannot play with it. Like, I mean, eating sugar is bad. I mean, it's the worst, maybe, especially the sugar that is everywhere in every food and in every. But I mean, the rest, it depends on each individual. What's maybe very good for one person, for the other person, it's not that important, maybe, or not that much. Uh, affecting the situation they have. So, I'm saying also, Ziad, that this, okay, you want to say maybe the imperfection that now that is happening to my being, like having this tumor, this is kind of imperfection, more
Yeah.
being healthy, being energetic. Me, I see it in a different way. I always tell everybody because I am convinced it's the blessing, the grace I have. Because okay, all my friends, it was like a atomic bomb when they came to know that Joumana is having this. It was when I told them. I just created a group and I told them in a nice message. It was I mean, really a atomic bomb. Oh, we're praying for you. And when you love someone, you try to express the way. For me, I was appreciating because I know they love me. Each one loves me his own way. But for me, I was in a different dimension. I was somewhere else. I was seeing, of course, praying and wishing me all the best. But for me, I was seeing things that are, it's a grace. It was a grace for me. Like I had things that I'm doing. It's something like needed a budget. And we in Lebanon, we are going through a big crisis. Banking sector is blocking our money. We cannot have access. This is, I mean, a big part of the situation. So, I mean, for me, the unfolding and the flow of the things that happened during my past, I look at that. I mean, I was like, when I was diagnosed and my inflammation reached a point like, I mean, it was so bad, so bad. And we had to take action. And I didn't want to do conventional at all in Lebanon. There was a way to do something different in a different country. So that moment when we decided, because what, no insurance will pay for that. You need to go to, I mean, with your own money. At that moment, something unfolded for us, and we had the money to go and pay for weeks or months that I stayed in that country for holistic or non-conventional treatment. So plus, even the country, look at the details I was looking. The place I went to, where I was followed by a doctor in that country, it was like it was designed for me to be there. I mean, greenery everywhere, people on bikes, people are so nice. So for me, when everybody I was praying, and it was, I mean, for me, I really appreciate every prayer and every thought my friend said. But me, I was on looking at those tiny little dots that were helping me with my treatment and everything I was doing. So this is it. The imperfection of a situation. If you look at a tiny little light somewhere, you see that we are blessed in every way. Yeah, in every way. There is, I mean, the divine has I mean, he's always there for me, as if a father is really taking care of his little ones. But sometimes we don't see that love. We don't see what is the message that's being sent to us. This is my message also to all the people, whoever is going through certain crises or whatever issues, health issues, like you need have your faith. You need to have faith. Faith makes us move forward. You can have faith in this chair, table, whatever, but have faith. And this is the motivation to go
Forward.
forward. Exactly.
Joumana, wow, I can really feel that this is a topic that is. Thank you for all the wisdom that you shared. Having faith, I think, is one of the most important things that we struggle with, maybe due also to the youth where we are trained or programmed to be perfect and not to have faith, to relate to you the start of conversation. But also what I note from what you have said is that we could look for the blessings in whatever we live, all in the imperfection that we might experience, but also please try to be among the 25-30% and not among the 70%, because we can see more blessings in these 25%. Try to dig deeper. I liked your idea about digging deeper and understanding what's happening. And this is not something that comes by chance. This is intentional. This is a
Yes.
work intentional. You put a lot of energy, you put a lot of intention there to make it happen. And lastly, the power of manifestation. When you tend to be in the 25%, when you put intention to be there, when you work towards understanding and digging deeper and have faith, you manifest. And this is how you were able to do everything that you said you did in an environment that were not always easy. At the contrary, there were obstacles, but still you were working towards your goals. So amazing. Thank you a lot for sharing this. Maybe I will talk. You spoke a lot about a lot of things that ground you when we are surrounded. Today we are surrounded by internet influencers on Instagram that we see them. They are perfect. They have perfect lives. Everybody is healthy. It's very easy to heal everything in 3 steps. Heal cancer in 3 steps. Do this in 4 steps. Be a perfect mother. But we all know that life is imperfect and the circumstances in which we live are imperfect. So what is the thing that grounds you the most when you feel you are surrounded by this perfection seeking world?
The easiest thing, and everybody will not agree on what I'm going to say, is to disconnect. That for me, because the more you go with this, of course, it's the social media, the internet. It's something like, I mean, it's very helpful in a way, but sometimes it can be very destructive. So that's why you need to, for me personally, from my point of view, is the more you go into all these medias, internet and Instagram, you get lost. So at least have the knowledge, but be convinced with what you are receiving. I mean, you can receive thousands of different ideas on daily basis, but doesn't mean that they are true. That's why surround yourself with knowledge, educate yourself, and go to the root of everything that you are learning. It doesn't mean if I followed certain, let's say, certain diet, it's the perfect one. No. If I go to the organic shop and I'm buying organic product, it doesn't mean it's good. Organic. I mean, I can buy organic and it can be harmful for me. I mean, always know what you are inserting, whether in your head or in your body. Read, educate yourself. If I'm buying organic stuff, I read labels. If it's more than 2 items, I leave it, even though they tell you organic, it's marketing everywhere. I mean, it's this is how I feel.
So, Joumana, it is something you will understand. So, collect knowledge, but everything they say is a lie. Don't believe anything.
Exactly.
It's
Absolutely. I
kind of joke.
agree. Yeah, it's
But
absolutely true.
yeah. So
Ask,
maybe, huh?
keep on asking questions. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's this is the key.
So maybe as a final question, what encouragement message would you give to someone who feels not enough right now? What would you tell them?
Uh, Someone who doesn't feel enough. Well, I would say, from my own perspective to this person, uh, that he or she is more than enough. All she needs or he needs to do is to sit on his own for a few minutes and write on a piece of paper what are his, you know, what he's good in doing or she's good in doing. Her, how do you say it? Uh, I lost the word. Sometime I
Which one?
lose. يعني quality.
It is, yeah.
What are my qualities? What are my negativities? They will see, or he will see that their qualities are much more than the negativity. But because we are programmed to see always the negative, but when we see this clearly, things will definitely change. Definitely. So this
Yes,
is,
studies says that for each one positive item, you need sorry, one negative item, you need 7 positive item to equivalent to one negative item. So this is an impression that everybody has about oneself. So yeah,
yeah,
Anna, if
yep.
we want to close this conversation with you revealing to us something that nobody knows about you, that you would like to share very authentically with us, what would it be?
I would share that I go through. Okay, I am relaxed with my being. I am working on myself. I am having ups and downs a lot, but I try to see my porcus, my negative whatever behavior. But at the same time, with all of this, sometimes these things they take over, and it happens to me. Like recently, I'm in a situation that things are. Uh, they want me to be in fear, so they can, send the message they want me to, or the directive
Manipulate
they
you.
manipulate me exactly. So maybe I won't. Nobody knows in the family, but now I feel internal fear. Internal fear, like the decision is mine. No one else has to take. It's my body. I need to decide. I'm talking again about the issue that I'm living with. But I'm in fear because it's a responsibility I'm taking. I say yes or I say no, but both are major. This is what I can share with you. Other than that, I don't know. You ask me, I answer.
Jumana, I really loved what you said here because we started this podcast. You said you introduced yourself saying, I'm human.
Yes.
And I think I have j'ai la chair de poule. We're finishing it also saying that despite all the positivity, despite all the good intentions, despite all the work that you are doing on yourself, despite all the wisdom and the knowledge that you are acquiring, this doesn't make you, or doesn't make your life always beautiful. There are moments where you feel down. There are moments where the negative
Takes over.
takes over, and this is okay.
Yes.
This is part of life. This is okay. And I'm sure personally that whatever the decision that you will take the right decision for you. And I trust that you will take the best decision for you, because we always do.
Yes. Thank you,
Joanna,
Ziad.
thank you. It was a pleasure, really, for me to be with you during this episode. Maybe quickly, let me remind everyone what we spoke about. We spoke about being human, let's say, with you, and maybe we can call this podcast the imperfect human, because we started with that and we finished
Yes.
with that. We spoke also about being part of the 25% and putting intention in creating and manifesting the life that we want despite all the negativity. We spoke about um, collecting knowledge without believing any of it, but just to form our own convictions. We spoke about your journey with not fight but journey, because as you said it, everything happens in us, and it's part of our life. So we cannot fight anything in our life. We can just absorb, integrate, and grow from what we experience. You spoke also about something very important that maybe opened my eyes on, which is the importance of youth. How much we are programmed when we are young, be perfect, and how much in this period of our life we don't have any mean to understand what's happening and to fight it, and we take this luggage of beliefs with us throughout our life, and we try to declutter them throughout our life. You spoke also about your experience with work, and how through the imperfection and the difficulties and the challenges that you experimented during your work, you were able to reconnect with yourself and have more faith and self-worth, and discover your self-worth. Joumana, this was an amazing journey. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for trusting me also and being one of my first guests. And hopefully you will come back to this podcast uh, when it will have more than 1 million followers,
I'm
and we will
sure.
have better connection. We'll be
I'm
in the
sure.
studio. We
I'm
will be in
sure.
the studio.
I'm sure, Ziad. Thank you. I thank you for inviting me, and I really loved this conversation with you. And I thank you for this beautiful resume you made from our interview. And I look forward to see the million followers on your podcast.
Amazing. Thank you, Jomana. And please, guys, follow, subscribe, like. We will be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We will be on Instagram. So please encourage us, because thanks to you, we can achieve the 1 million. Thank
Of
you so
course.
much, and have an imperfect life. Thank you, Jumana.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.